Hi everyone, Steve White from Brisbane, beautiful sunny Queensland, Australia. Oh, pardon me, I've just had a warm up. The video I've decided to submit today is something I've drawn up, which I think will be really good for a couple of new clients that I've got as soon as hopefully I get my accreditation. That they haven't been on a roll before, so basically strip it right back and start from scratch. Firstly, before we go any further, I need to let you know that I've got a bad knee, which hopefully within the next 10 weeks or so I'll have a full knee replacement. The reason for this, that I tell you this, is because when I'm coming on the catch, it can be very painful, and I tend to not come in with the seat as far as I should do. So I've done the 10 inches from the heels electrical tape trick that I learned from Cassie doing the course a couple of weeks ago, so hopefully that'll help to get a decent rolling stroke so I don't get a massive fail. First thing I'm going to do with the new clients is go over the parts of the rower, starting with the seat, which I've got a cushion for my old butt on. Monorail, the seat slides up and down. Handle, which of an afternoon when we're not using the rower is packed away, we store it up here against a chain guard to relieve any tension on the shock cord, and when we're rowing, pull it down, put it in the handle hook. We've got the monitor, which at the time of the classes with the guys that I'm teaching, we'll go over the full range of uses of the monitor, how to set it for intervals, how to set it for a long row, for time, for distance, whatever, how to read it, how to go from watts, calories, meters. Then we've got the flywheel with the damper settings on the side, which range from 1 to 10. 1 being the easiest because basically no air gets in and the fan of the flywheel spins a lot more free. 10 at the very top being the hardest because full of air, slowing down the fan, harder to pull, which is I'll advise a lot of my clients, all of my clients basically, not to use 10 to row with the damper on between 3 and 5, and then we'll go over how to check the drag factor as well. So as we all know that the damper settings can vary from rower to rower depending on the age, the condition, the cleanliness and all that sort of thing. We've got the foot stretchers on the side, at the front here, sorry. Show the students how to set the foot stretchers to their appropriate foot size, basically. Straps to go across top of the shoelaces or the widest part of your foot. So now we'll do a little bit of a demonstration row and hopefully that goes okay. And we'll go over the different parts of the stroke while we're doing it. So we've got the catch. In the catch we want shins as vertical as possible. It's okay for the heels to lift a bit, especially if you've got very ordinary flexibility like I've got, plus with the knee. You can see the tape there, which makes it a lot easier for me to get in there. Body at 1 o'clock, arms extended, soft grip, over grip it, end up with sore forearms, sore fingers, ends up badly. And then we go to the drive. The drive portion of the stroke, push with the feet, with the legs, through the heels. Keep the wrist straight at the finish, handle below the sternum, lean forward, recovery. A lot of people I've seen through years of CrossFit stop here because they think they're getting a rest. And a good tip I saw on a You Can Row video the other day was about thinking as the finish of the stroke as here, which I find helps stopping at the end of the drive. recovery portion of the stroke. Hands away, body lean forward, bend knees. Once the handle comes past the knees, they bend and we're into the recovery, into the patch. Nice fluid motion. I'm getting it far enough, I can feel the tape, so sitting on 21 strokes a minute. But between 3 and 5, right on 4 actually. Another thing I need to, or actually want to explain to any clients I have about increasing your pace, 500 metre split, which is basically done by the force or the pressure of the legs in the drive and not by rowing 100 mile an hour like a lunatic. So basically we'll do a little bit of a demo for the increase in the reduction of the split time or increase in pace simply by keeping the same stroke rate and applying more force in the drive portion of the stroke. Sitting at 22 strokes a minute, 210 split. Strokes a minute. 2 minutes neat split. Strokes a minute. 155. If you're doing a 10k or something like that and you want to increase your pace and sit on around 22 strokes a minute, you don't want to go up to 30 strokes a minute basically to reduce your split time. And the next thing I'll go over with my clients, I keep saying students but clients, is the ratio of the drive to the recovery, which is 1:2 ratio. 1 out, 2 in, 1 out and 2 in to keep a nice fluid range of motion basically. So the next thing, apart from doing stretches before the class or the lesson and some cool down stretches and a cool down row, we've got another rower ordered from Concept 2 which is taking a while to get here due to everything that's going on all around the world, as you all know. And then we'll do, in a part of the lesson, will be a few minute row along with me for each client, so they can follow me to get the rhythm, to work out, basically copy what I do, which is, I think, is a great idea. Another thing I learned in the class, in the lesson, course, sorry. Okay, so I think I've covered just about everything that we'll do. I'll explain to the clients more in depth, obviously, how the drag factor is determined by the damper setting and how you can read that, and what, how it's a personal preference to where you want your drag factor, but you shouldn't have it too high, obviously, because you're going to wear out and the risk of injury if you have your damper setting up around 10. I've done it myself and it's really not a good idea. And then I'll go over that with each client individually. Just don't want to run the risk of overflowing them with too much information. Gradually do it as we go along. And I think the last thing will be a cool down row, stretches, and then we'll finish off with the rowing etiquette, class etiquette, of cleaning the rower and wiping it down, which I didn't bring any Windex out. But so we'll put the handle away here at night time or when we're not using it. Save the damage, overstressing the shock cord. Damper will go down to 3. So the next client that comes for the next class or whatever it's going to be for next session doesn't jump onto the dampers on 10 and they do an injury or they do whatever. We've actually got some Windex wipes, believe it or not, which we'll go over the seat with. Monorail, brilliant idea, the tape. Thanks, Cassie. Get the monorail clean. There's nothing worse than a chunky, noisy seat as you're rolling along, like a train track. Wipe all that down, and then we'll go over how to crack open the rower so we can store it inside. Basically, that comes apart there, that comes apart there,